get started, just listen to some music and get going soon, shortly. Alright guys, we're gonna get started in a moment. Download that notation if you haven't already. Alright. Okay, first things first. I'll tell you what we're gonna be doing today. Thanks everyone for joining. We're going to do a little beginner lesson, and it'll be a bit more advanced than bare beginner. But for now, I'd like to know how long everyone's been playing oud. So let me know that in the comments there. Download the notation, you can keep that. I transcribed a piece of music that we're going to learn today. And what else we'll do today is we're going to learn this piece of music, tune up the oud. We're going to answer any questions you have about learning the oud and all that. And then I'll tell you about some special deals we have going on at Oud for Guitarists today. This week. All right. So let's get started. We're gonna do some oud tuning now. Tune up our ouds. Hopefully you can see this to some degree. All right. Okay, how's this? Can kind of see it. Your top C string. This is where I'm at today. I'm a bit sharp. Okay, so I'm a bit sharp today. It's got to do with the weather, but I'm going to keep it like that. So match up with me. Here's C. Here's G. Here's D. A. F. Then we got C. Okay. Okay. So the piece that I've linked to in the Dropbox there, that is Waving Sands by Simon Shaheen. Now I don't know if this tune is a traditional tune or he got it from somewhere or if he composed this melody. I don't know for sure. But it's a nice tune. It's called Waving Sands, and it's very easy to play on the oud. I teach it to my beginner oud students, my private students. And so bring that up, and you'll see that okay, the one that it looks like the one that I had sent to you guys was not the one I intended. It's been simplified. Anyway, I'm going to show you the one that I've got here so that you can see. All right. Okay, first I'm going to show it to you here. I'm going to play it for you very slowly. So we start on the G string. This is B natural with our third finger right here. F is sharp in the key signature. And so we start there. So that's the basic melody. Now the one that you guys have, the one that I linked up there has the counting at the top, 1 and 2 and so forth, so that you can count along if that helps. And also this measure here, measure 6, has been simplified to just quarter notes, but you can elaborate and play it like this. So let's go through measure by measure. So you put your third finger on B, then open C, then third finger on E, then first finger on D, open C, then third finger on B, then first finger on A. And then the fingerings are basically the same throughout the piece. Then B, A, G, and then F, third finger. And then E, first finger. And F, A, open G, F sharp, E, F, E, D. Alright, that's basically the melody. So we got, again, one more time. Very easy. You can just play this completely with downstrokes, right? Until measure 6. So then measure 5 is the exact same as measure 1. We have got B, third finger, open C. Same thing. B, C, E, D, C, B, A. Now here with the 16th notes, this is where you want to play down, up, down for this pattern. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And when you play this, you have the choice of playing the C here, this C. You can play it with the pinky finger on the G string. So you can play it like this. Or let me show you with my fingers. Oh, yeah, you can see my fingers well. Okay, good. Okay, so you can use your pinky finger and play this. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So you can do it like that, or you can play it with the open strings, whatever feels better for you. So the faster way, when you play this piece faster, it's probably better to play it all on one string. So you play it on the G string and use your pinky finger. But you could do it both ways. It really doesn't matter too much. But just make sure you stick to the down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down pattern. So after E, we have C, the open C. Then we have B, A, D. Then we have C, B, A, G, F, A, G. So yeah, pretty easy piece. Now the rhythm is a little bit syncopated at the end. We have so the way you count this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So that's how it would be. Alright, so if you're ready to go, let's try this piece very slowly from beginning to end. And you can play it as simply as you want. Like I said, measure 2 here. You can play measure 2 just the way you would play measure 6, or you can play measure 6 just the way you play measure 2. This is just an elaboration of the melody. So basically the melody is B, A, G, F. But here we have added some extra notes to just elaborate the melody. It's like an ornament or an embellishment. Alright, let's go. I'll count in 4 and then we'll start at the beginning. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to move this here so that you can see me a little bit better. You can see everything that I'm doing. Alright, and let's do it again. From the top, I'll count in 4 and then you can start with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I want to explain a couple things about what I'm doing with the left hand. These are a little bit, we're going to get into the details of how I play to make my oud playing sound the way it does. So what I do here is I try to, when I play open strings, I try to keep my fingers on the notes that are being played so that the sound resonates, but at the same time get my finger out of the way so that the open string can resonate. So for example, so here, when I play E, F, A, so I've got 2 fingers down at the same time. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I take my finger off the F after I play it and then go to the A, the sound's going to get cut off very quickly. So if you want to play and play with a full sound and create more beauty in your playing, keep the finger down as long as you can. So what I do is I play the E, and then I go to F, and then I keep my finger on the F. I make sure that my finger is out of the way so that when I play A with my first finger, it's heard, right? And then when I play G, my finger is still on the F. so that it can still be heard and it resonates a little bit. So here too, see, I played the E, and then I go up to C, right? So I get my finger out of the way so that I can keep my finger on E and still allow the open C string to sound. If you play like this, it's not going to sound very nice. So if the way your finger is there, the way it's touching the fingerboard, and you got to find what's comfortable and what you're able to do to get your finger out of the way. What I do is I just kind of move my finger up, and I try to keep my finger there, so that both sounds can be heard at the same time. That creates a nice full sound. If you go like this, it's okay, but now the open string D sounds. So those are some of the really subtle things that I do to make my oud playing sound good. And as a beginner, these things can, be lost in translation or not be picked up so easily. But these are, taking a simple piece of music, you can make it sound really beautiful, even though it's very simple and played very sparsely. This is an advanced thing that I'm teaching you here. In fact, it's not just a simple thing. It's difficult to get your finger out of the way, but at the same time hold that note down. So keep this in mind, whether it's at your ability at this point or not. Just keep that in mind, these little subtle things that I'm doing. It's going to change the way that your oud playing sounds. All right. So then we keep going. So again here, what I do here, I go B, A, D. And what I do here is I just move my finger over a little bit. I just kind of turn it on its side so that it hits the D. And then again here with that F, A, G, I keep my finger down on F. And when these two notes sound together, they're harmonious because they're part of a chord. They create a nice sound together. So that's something you can do with your oud playing. Even if you're playing a very simple piece of music, you can make it sound beautiful without fancy techniques and all that kind of thing. So that is Winding Sands, and I hope you enjoyed that. Now let's see if you guys have any questions. All right, what tuner app do I use? I use G Strings. Let's see here. Hey Umran, okay, your oud's on the way. Yes, excellent. I'll be sending you an email about that. Okay, Colorado. All right, thanks for coming. All right, we got that. All right. Okay, can you mean upright? Yes. All right, hello from Greece. All right, thanks for coming. New Jersey, great to see you. Oregon, great. Egypt, in UK, Middle East. Okay, if you guys have any questions about that, about what I just showed you, please let me know. Let's see here. Let's get rid of this. An oud player told me I can use Turkish strings and tune to Arabic tuning. Is that true? Yeah, sure. Hey, Raleigh. So yeah, you can do that. I've done that on occasion. It's okay. The strings might be a little loose depending on the strings and how long the oud is. But yeah, you can do Turkish strings and tune to Arabic tuning. That's fine. It just some of the strings might be a little looser than is ideal. How often do I replace my strings? Not very often. Your oud strings sound better when they're a little bit broken in, when they're a little bit warmer. Um, we don't generally oud players don't really um, require such a bright sound. So and it's also very tedious to change oud strings. It takes a long time compared to guitars and uh, instruments with geared tuners. So I don't tune I don't change my strings very often. Maybe every 6 to 12 months. You can even leave them longer on there, but depends on the condition of the strings too, and different people, wear their strings down more or less than other people. So yeah. All right. If you have questions, please put them in the comments. Do you recommend purchasing ouds online and getting them shipped? Yes. Yeah, it is safe. Um, it depends, of course, who's shipping it and um, the type of oud you're getting. Um, there are some places are better to buy your ouds than others, um, and so you have to decide, and you have to go for the reputable oud shippers. But for the most part, it is safe nowadays. People are packing the ouds really well, so I don't see a problem. I've had oud shipped to me. Um, my last few ouds that I bought, they've all been shipped to me, so there's no problem with it. Of course, there will be situations where something does happen. That's always a risk with shipping anything, um, but it happens very rarely. It's just like with everything else that you buy. It is ideal if you can touch the instrument, but that's usually not the case. Ouds are not like guitars that are so available everywhere. All right, let's go to another question. Now, if you do want my recommendation for ouds online, you can go to this link. I'll put it here. This company is very good for ouds. So go here. Ethnic Musical is shipping ouds safely. All right, next question. 16th notes are killing me. Okay, 16th notes. So what you got to start doing is start simple when it comes to 16th notes. So let's say we have 4 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 16th notes over each beat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to start there. Start really slow. What you need to do, and the reason why 16th notes are challenging, is because you need to build the coordination first from the right hand and then the left hand. So first, make sure your right hand is strong and that you're able to cut through the strings really nicely. Then coordinate with your left hand. So then, after doing something on like an open string, then just do 16th notes on one note. Let's say like this. G, A, B, C, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, like that. Get the coordination down, and then you can start doing something like 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then you play with different fingers. Make sure the fingers are getting coordinated. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep doing that with all the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like that. And then now change the notes more frequently. Do 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So work up gradually. Do it on the open string first, then change the notes each beat, then change the notes a little bit closer together, and then do something where you're changing notes every 16th note. Then slowly increase your speed. Do the 16th notes on the open string faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So forth and so on. Just practice like that. But make sure the right hand is strong first before you move to doing the left hand stuff. That's what I recommend for 16th notes. You can start simple. It's the same everywhere on the oud. And you just get the coordination with the fingers down. Choose your notes that you're going to play, whatever's comfortable, and just go on from there. All right. Next question. How can one tell they should move to the next piece? Is it if they can play it fast or without making mistakes, or what? I think you should be able to play it at a good tempo, consistently from the beginning to the end, with minimal mistakes. I think that's then safe to say that you can move on. All right, hello from Canada. Nice to see you here, Saeed. Okay. So in this piece, the maqam is maqam ajam. It's also known as maqam mahur. That's called mahur in Persian music. The major scale, it's a G major scale. But yeah, maqam ajam. Okay. Do you use a bit less thumb index finger grasp when playing 16th notes? That's a good question. There's always going to be a little bit of play between the index finger and the thumb. You gotta see what works best for you. But you shouldn't need to loosen up per se. But sometimes you need to tighten up a little bit to make sure the risha can fight the strings and play through. All right, what do you think about FF tuning versus CC tuning? This is a good question. I personally prefer C to C, do, do. And that's just because of the music that I play. The high F string, you can do most of the high F string here, You can do most of everything there. And, it sounds okay. Depends on the oud that you have. A higher quality oud, the notes up here are going to sound pretty good too. But for most of the music, you don't need to play. You don't need to have the high F. You don't need to do stuff up here. People who play up here, like, is that beautiful music? I don't know. Doing fancy stuff up here, it's showy, but is that gonna make you feel the soul of the oud? I don't know. I'm not convinced myself. But so I like the bass. I like the bass range. I like to beef up my notes. So that's why I like the bass string. Um, it sounds great, you know. But again, you don't need it either. Like the bass do, the bass C string, and the high F string, they're basically extra strings. The bare the you know the center technique of the oud starts with the 5 courses. That's it. All right. Is it possible to add a fourth oud to your website? Yeah, I'll be getting to adding different ouds on that, but it takes a lot of time to set it all up. So there's only 3 options there right now, but yeah, there will be more. Difference between Makam Kurd and Ras? That's a good question. Okay, next webinar that I'll be doing on YouTube, I will be doing it on improvisation, makamat, and all these kind of things. That's going to be on Thursday. For you guys in the United States, it's not going to be an ideal time for you, but you can watch the replay that day. So you can catch that. We're going to talk a little bit more about makam and improvising and how I started to learn how to improvise. So watch that one if you want to learn about differences between makam Kurd and makam Rast. I might be able to answer that question in that webinar. Have you used oud to play European classical music, or do you use it only in Middle Eastern Arabic music? Oud can be used to play classical music. Why not? There's no reason why you can't. You just have to, find where it is effective. For example, there are some renditions of some Bach music that players like Tariq Al-Jundi have played, which are beautiful on the oud. They work really well. But the oud was not made per se to play classical music. That Middle Eastern music is really where it shines, and that's where it's most effective. It doesn't have it wouldn't fit into a Western style orchestra. It's such a quiet instrument, and it's made for something else. So it shines when it comes to Arabic music, Middle Eastern music. That's where the strength of this instrument lies. All right, so that's about it for the lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, this week I'm offering deals on oud lessons. So I have a bunch of courses on my website, and 3 courses are for beginner to intermediate levels. The foundation program, then we've got the master class, which teaches you how to put ornaments and embellishments on pieces of music, and then we have the Egyptian Music Volume 1, which you learn 5 pieces of music, classic Egyptian tunes, as well as 1 contemporary composition. And this is a lot of material, and we're doing a huge sale, so you'll save $100 when you buy three courses in one at one time. Huge opportunity for savings if you want to really increase your oud playing skills, and you want to learn on your own and have a lot of material. This material, if you're a beginner, you can go through all this material, and it'll probably take you about 6 months to a year, if not more, to complete all the material. So there's so much material in this package. It's called the oud training package, and let me get a link for you. I'm just gonna put some music on so you're not bored here. Just hang tight. Check that out. So we've got the foundation program, all 4 levels. plus the master class, which teaches you essential ornaments and embellishments and techniques on the oud. Egyptian Music Volume 1, where you learn 5 essential Egyptian classical and contemporary songs. And the whole price for all, this is really 3 full courses, is $326. So you save $100. And this sale ends on Friday, the end of Christmas. Friday night, basically. And then for more immediate and advanced players, if you want to learn how to improvise music and learn all the maqamat and everything, we've got the improvisation training package, which has 3 courses. You can learn the maqam mastery program, you get the Arabic ear training program, and you get the step-by-step taqsim program. So these are full of content that you can learn, and very rich in content. And this material can take you a very long time to get through, but it's a complete way to really learn. Let me just turn off this music here. All right, so let's see. If you guys have any questions about any of the content in any of the courses, feel free to email me at support@oudforguitars.com. Here is my email. Happy to answer any questions. So for now, anyway, just the packages can be purchased from this website. But if I know, Raleigh, because you're already a student, you can send me an email, and I might be able to. I might be doing some student packages for people who are already students, and giving the same deal if you want to upgrade and get some more courses. So do email me, and I'll be able to hook something up there for you, because I know you're already enrolled in the foundation program and the Egyptian music course. So if you are interested in another course, I can help you with that. Yes, I do teach private lessons through Zoom and Skype, both platforms. So whatever platform you use, I can also meet through Google Meet as well. I also use that for my office hours. All the courses, when you're enrolled in a course, you get free office hours. Office hours are a time where you can meet with me once a month and ask any questions privately. This is only for people who are enrolled in the course, or any of the courses that I have. And so that's a nice added benefit. I have to schedule the office hours for January onwards. I haven't done that yet, but there will be time. Right now, I'll be doing an hour a month of office hours, unless there's more demand for it. Right now, it's a very new thing, and not many students know about it, so it's taking some time. Yes, I'll be definitely adding audio and video samples to the website. I definitely want to do that. It's just a lot of work, and I've got so many projects happening, and so much teaching that's going on, that I had to put the bare minimum there on the website. But you can always listen to the to all those oud samples at ethnicmusical.com. All the oud samples and videos are there, but I'm going to be putting them on my website too. Do I have a favorite source of rishas, and how long do they last? Okay, I haven't bought rishas. Rishas are always a good question. I haven't spent money on rishas in years. I don't know how long it's been, but like, this is my collection of rishas right here. If you can see that. Can't really see. Okay. These are all my rishas here. And my favorite ones right now, these days, are these 2 cow horn rishas that I got from John Vergara at at his website when he was making them. He's not making them anymore, so they're not available. These are lasting me forever. They were like $40 for two of them, really high quality, and they're gonna last me forever. Like I'm not gonna need cow horn rishas for a long time. I have some wooden rishas from River Song. These last forever too. These are okay. I'm not a huge fan of these ones myself, but they're fun on some ouds. They sound really good. They're cool to have in your arsenal. This one's really nice too, made by Philip Shaheen as well. This is a fiber plastic material, some kind of carbon fiber, I think. And this one is very close to cow horn. And he's got a lot of different versions. He sent this one to me as a sample, but if you want to buy them, you have to buy a few more. But if you buy from him and you buy a whole bunch, this is gonna last you a lifetime, like 10 years. You're not gonna, unless you lose your rishas all the time, you're not gonna need to buy any more. I have a couple pyramid ones. These are good. These are like plastic, celluloid or something. They feel good. They're not too thick. I like these ones too. Again, they don't wear down at all. This one is a really thick one. I don't like this one so much. It just doesn't have the right tone. It's nice and thick, but it's too heavy. It's too heavy for the strings. Some of my favorite ones these days are, surprisingly enough, well, back years ago, I never enjoyed these really soft plastic ones. But for some reason, these years, I'm using them more, and I'm not sure why. The sound on them is okay. I really like how they sound with my Turkish oud. I got these when I bought my Yildirim oud. My Turkish one, my Yildirim Arabic Turkish oud. And they're lasting me forever. Like, I really like these ones. They're a nice soft material. They're very bendy. I use them for different situations. I also really love these ones that I've made out of the cable ties. The plastic is excellent, like a really good density. They're flexible as well, but they give a nice clear sound. So yeah, rishas, you buy a bunch of rishas, you won't be buying rishas for another 5-10 years. Like I don't remember the last time I bought a set of rishas. So yeah, unless you're losing them all the time, you won't need to replace them that often. All right. Do I play with low tension or normal tension or high tension strings? I recommend something in the middle. I'm really confused about this medium, low tension, high tension thing with oud strings because they don't list it on the package. You just kind of have to know whether that string is a higher tension or not. And it's not like guitar strings where you can get low tension set or high tension set or medium tension set. On the oud strings, it's kind of like every brand has its own kind of tension, and they don't really have too many varieties except for like Kirshner. Kirshner strings have medium and high tension. I use both. It doesn't affect me anymore. Like after a while of playing the oud, whether you have a low tension strings or high tension strings, it doesn't matter. You just play it. But I prefer something in the middle. You know, nothing. Sometimes I do get times where I feel like this string is too high tension. I'll play my Turkish oud. This one, I think some of the strings are too high tension for my preference, but whatever, it's fine. You know, it doesn't bother me too much. This course here, the middle one, it's really high tension, so pressing the strings is comfortable because the action is good, but you definitely feel it. You play it differently than the lower tension strings. And so I like to use the Dario because I really liked the rectified nylon strings, and the quality is great. I really like the sound, so I like the Dario myself. I also like Kirshner strings. Yeah. So this is tuned into Turkish tuning, so it sounds very different than in Arabic tuning. So yeah, different sound. But yeah, it doesn't matter for me anymore. When it comes to like what risha I use, what strings I use, it doesn't matter so much anymore. Like you just play. You just play whatever you have sometimes. And sometimes I get picky, but about what I'm playing and what risha I'm using. Sometimes I just fiddle around with a whole bunch of rishas and then I can't decide which one I like better. So I just don't think about it too much. Just play, practice the oud, play songs, and enjoy yourself. Have fun. But that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And yeah, so do take a look at the oud packages that I have there. Email me if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. But I want you to save some money this Christmas. And I hope you guys all have a safe holiday and a happy new year. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. And if you want to see the webinar on Thursday, join me for that one. That's all going to be about improvisation and maqams. We're going to discuss all that kind of stuff, all that fun stuff. I really love that kind of thing. So please join me then. And thanks for joining me today. If there's no more questions, I will let you go. If you have some last minute questions, I'll be happy to answer. What happened to pyramid black nylon strings? Yeah, I like those ones. The pyramid black nylons were fun. They sounded good on the Zeryab Oud too. But what happened with that? I just felt like I just needed a change and wanted to have something a little bit softer feel. So I put on the D'Addario ones, and actually I like them a little bit better now. But yeah. Yeah, the Kirshner high tension strings. Kirshner strings are great. They're great strings. I think you'll like them. Um, yeah, so what time of the webinar? The webinar on Thursday. It will be in the middle of the night for you guys in the States. But it will be. I sent an email about it. Let me see if I can load that email, and I'll tell you exactly what time. Just hang on. Okay, so it's on Thursday, December 24th, 8 a.m. for people in UK, 9 a.m. for people in France, Germany, 10 a.m. for Jerusalem, Middle East, 4 p.m. for Indonesia, Malaysia on the 24th. So it's going to be like the middle of the night for people in the States. I wanted to split it up so that people in Europe could come hang out and check it out live. But you can watch the replay. I'll send you an email. If I haven't sent you a bunch of emails already, I'll send you another one so that you can watch the replay and you can benefit from it as well if you're in the States. So yeah, that's about it for me. Thanks again for joining. Thanks for all your encouragement. And, I wanted to mention also something that I'm going to be getting on Patreon and figuring out some more ways that people can benefit from oud lessons in a less expensive kind of way. I'm hoping that there's going to be something for everyone, depending on how much how much money you can afford to spend on oud lessons. I'm hoping that there will be. I'm gonna eventually for next year there will be options for people who want to buy full-on courses, or want to do a subscription kind of thing. So thanks for your encouragement. It's always helping me try to think of new ways to approach things, and new ways that everyone can benefit from more oud lessons. Yeah, and thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. Bye.